Hey, cheers everyone. Gerard here with the September edition of Piggy Autonomy Worldwide. Brought to you, of course, by Club 602 and Puro, downtown Chandler. Really excited for these month selections. Got some really fun stuff. Doing for our white selection this month. Actually have a really fun, basically organic, skin fermented expression coming from Gerard, Bertrand, Languedoc, France. But what's fun with this is because of that skin contact, it has this crazy orange color and kind of a little bit of a depth of flavor that you wouldn't otherwise expect in a white. Heading over to California, I got Dwarf Oak Pinot coming from Sarah's Vineyard from Santa Clara, just a little south of San Jose. Real close to Gilroy, so definitely in the agricultural, heartland of the state. And this Pinot Noir definitely reflects it. And last but not least, really fun wine I've never had a chance to try before. From Zurab Tsereteli Akhasheni. Basically, from the country of Georgia, essentially given, the title of some of the oldest wine ever produced in the world. This particular red is classified as a semi-sweet red, and that literally is just down to the grape itself and how it expresses, and a little bit of their winemaking techniques that allow for that. So, really excited. Can't wait to see everyone at the live tasting, but hey, for now, get right into it. So again, first things first, the 2023 skin fermented organic white wine, technically classified as an orange wine, from Gerard Bertrand. Definitely well known for the rosé wines that he produces. But this is a really fun and interesting wine. Essentially kind of a throwback to, letting the grapes speak, and a little bit of extra maceration with the skins. Again, not only allows for the color, but definitely allows for some complexity and an unusual tannin that you usually don't find in a white wine. Basically all organic, vegan, basically minimal to no filtration. Just trying to let the grapes ferment and express however they're going to express. So all right, so taking a look, like I said, crazy orange hue to this, almost like an amber going on as well. Yeah, it's not often that you get to see a wine like this, and a lot of the natural wines that are becoming more available on the market will definitely reflect this type of color, and usually a little bit of sulfite or sediment can be found in it because of the minimal to no filtration. So yeah, definitely orange and definitely fun. Onto the smell. Honestly, kind of a muted nose. The bouquet itself doesn't really pop out too much. Definitely get some citrus, which I'm sure you'd expect, in the form of fresh lemon and a little bit of maybe like a Valencia orange or something like that. But yeah, like I said, otherwise kind of muted. Maybe just a hint of floral, but just barely. All right, on to the taste. extremely complex for a white. Man, definitely the citrus is there in the form of the lemon and the orange. Kind of ends, it kind of finishes almost bitter orange. That little bit of floral that you get in the nose definitely pops through more so on the palate. Um, there's almost kind of like a yeasty brioche kind of thing going on, which is incredibly fun and just helps to add to the complexity and the depth of this wine. Little kind of ginger spice, maybe white pepper going on as well. And from what I was expecting, it's actually a little drier than I thought it was going to be. Um, and it definitely has a little minerality um, to kind of help it all, to round it out. Yeah, again, super surprising. You know, I kind of came in with the expectation of it being, almost like a sweet, almost apple juice going on, and that definitely is not that. What's really fun is, as far as food goes, man, pairings are endless. You could definitely get away with seafood, of course. Kind of like a lighter chicken preparation. But for me, like this one needs some cheese. So anything from like a mild blue cheese to say like a Gruyere, um, like a Fontina, Manchego. Really, any cheese you throw at this, it's gonna do just fine, and probably shine. So, all right. Next up, the 2019 Dwarf Oak Pinot from Sarah's Vineyard, Santa Clara, California. Yeah, this is coming to us from, like I said, really close to Gilroy, the garlic capital of the world. So you can imagine this with roasted garlic is probably going to be good. We've seen the foothills of Mount Madonna, kind of a closer to the coast mountain range. They actually source grapes not only from their own vineyard, but some of their neighbors. And so you get a kind of good taste of that particular valley. Um, it's helped by coastal fog that'll roll through and kind of hang over the grapes in the night, cooling them down and allowing the acidity to remain while the grapes ripen in that hot Central California sun. So it's yeah, should be a beautiful expression of pretty quintessential Californian Pinot Noir. Taking a look, definitely a lighter ruby, which as you would kind of expect from a Pinot Noir. Very vibrant too. So not definitely hasn't had too much time to mature. All right, to the nose. Just big rich fruit. It's the first thing that really pops through. Definitely some cherry going on, strawberry and plum. You can smell the alcohol in it. And at 14, I think 14.3, it's no wonder. It's kind of a light hint of maybe herbal notes going on in there, and not necessarily like forest floor, but kind of like almost like a little funky mushroom happening. All right, on the taste. Yeah, definitely all the fruit that you get on the nose comes across in the palate. So the ripe strawberry, the cherry, the plum. There's a little bit of kind of a baking spice going on, and like a cinnamon, um, almost kind of clove. Um, Definitely vanilla. So I think the oak element really kind of shines. I'm sure they're using New American oak. A little bit of like dill, which again, American oak. but it does have some nice acidity to help balance out all the fruit. And again, that's thanks to that coastal fog that helps the grapes to, stay longer on the vine, without ripening too quickly. And this thing is food friendly also. So anything from, get a piece of salmon and throw it on the grill, or throw it on in a nice pan and give it a good sear. As with most Pinot Noir, especially domestic, anything mushroom based, so like a mushroom risotto or like a mushroom ravioli would slay. And this wine, just the whole charcuterie board, right? Like pick any meats, any cheeses, and you're pretty much gonna come out with the W. Like a herb roasted chicken would be excellent. If you want to go with beef, I mean, keep it simple, like a grilled fillet or something. I mean, maybe ribeye, just a little bit of fattiness would help definitely, cut a little bit of the acidity of the wine. But, overall, just a beautiful expression of California Pinot Noir. And then last but not least, again, a semi-sweet red from the country of Georgia, Zurab Tsereteli Akhasheni. So these wines are grown in and produced around the Akhasheni village in eastern Georgia. It's 100% Saperavi grape, which is naturally semi-sweet, and they help the sweetness remain during the winemaking process. They actually stop the fermentation a little early, so there is that little bit of residual sugar that remains. And it's a country that's produced wine for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and so they know what they're doing. That's for sure. Right on the site, we got a deep ruby, really vibrant, almost kind of reminds me of pomegranate, also almost. It was a little darker than I expected, but really didn't know what to expect. All right, on the smell. Yeah, just a wild bouquet in this one. Definitely has some black and red fruits going on. Like a little bit of plum, a little bit of blackberry. Almost like a tart kind of cherry. It smells like almost, but you can smell chocolate in it, which from what I understand is pretty typical of this particular grape. And so it's yeah, unique for sure. There's definitely a kind of a high mineral earthiness to it. That it's funny. I almost think immediately of some Italian wines that have a very similar earth smell, and so I wonder if the soil types are the same. But yeah, as I said, very complex. A lot of fun. All right, on to the taste. Yeah, the first thing that jumps out is that chocolate. It's Man, it's so unique and kind of unexpected, but definitely prevalent. A little bit of definitely like ripe blackberry, some plum going on in there too, like a slight bit of tartness from that, some cherry. It does have relatively balanced acidity too, so the chocolate doesn't really come across as obnoxious or anything like that. And a little bit of tannin in there. So I mean, this thing's fun because you could drink it in different ways. You could drink it as a dessert wine. You could drink it as a table wine, with dinner. And, wears a lot of different hats, that's for sure. So as far as food pairings go, something gamey like a duck breast, would be, I think, really wonderful with this. Like a braised short rib, something, nice and rich with maybe like I don't know, some kind of like tart reduction would be excellent. There is something in Georgia called kachapuri, which is essentially a Georgian cheese bread. And so, you get this, saltiness of the cheese. Definitely go well. Other thing too is, I mean, this wine is dessert friendly. So chocolate just by itself, or, in like don't get crazy, get a little molten lava cake going on, and, just go level 10 with decadence. You kind of like a berry tart or like a pie or something would be excellent with this too. But really what's fun, I think, is because of the character and sweetness in this wine, there's a lot of different cheeses, of course. You could super funky blue cheese, creamy and the funk going on with like the sweetness and the fruit. I think would just really, really contrast nicely. Like an aged goat cheese would be good too. Get a little bit of that tartness going on. Like Asiago or something like that. Just that saltiness would really help. To kind of contrast the sweetness. Then you could go something super creamy like brie, with like a little bit of honey. I mean, really no wrong answer, Or as we like to talk about at the live tastings, I mean, just get that bag of shredded mozzarella going and you're set to go. But no, all in all, a really fun wine. And again, something super exciting to taste because, there's a long time when wines from Georgia weren't available domestically. They were mainly meant for the USSR market. And so, to have the chance now to taste some of these is a lot of fun. Can't leave it in the glass. A great one to end it on too, being a little semi-sweet red dessert wine. Well, thanks for joining me, and hope to see everyone at the live tasting. Get yourself a couple of tacos from down the street. I know shortly we'll be rolling out a option to pair some charcuterie with our wines, and so really looking forward to that coming to fruition. But otherwise, once again, big thanks to Puro, big thanks to Club 602. Hey, can't wait to see everyone at the live tasting. Drop some comments if you have them. Hit the like if you want to. We'll get the good little subscription going. And until next time, cheers.